Today is Monday, Parashat Mishpatim. Parashat of this week begins, Ve'ele ha-mishpatim asher tasim lifnehem, and these are the ordinances, these are the laws that you put in front of them. Why would the parasha start with the word and? Ve'ele ha-mishpatim. Well, this comes to teach us a very important idea. Last week in the parasha, we read about the revelation at Mount Sinai. There are laws between man and his fellow man. I mean, most nations of the world have laws to regulate how people relate to one another, what happens if there is a person that causes damage to another person. There are laws that are arrived to by consensus of the society, by vote, sometimes of the people of that country or that city. There are laws and ordinances that arrive to by vote, by consensus. The parasha, by telling us, and these are the ordinances, to tell us that these laws that are in the parasha of this week are not man-made. They're divinely inspired. They come from Hashem. Just like the revelation at Mount Sinai. Last week in the parasha that we read in Parashat Yitro, told us about Hashem giving us the Torah. We should not think that it's only about laws that have to do between man and Hashem, but the laws that have to do between man and his fellow man that are listed in the parasha of this week, and all other laws that are between man and his fellow man that are from the Torah are divine laws. The Torah is inspired divinely by Hashem. It's not something that is man-made, and that's why the word "and" begins the parasha of this week. We would think that some of the laws in this parasha we could have arrived on our own. For example, there's a halacha regarding if a person injures another person, that there are 5 things that have to be paid: the pain, the worth of the person, the medical expenses, the time off from work, the embarrassment that caused a person. So all these are evaluated sometimes in today's courts of law. The person is paid for his damages, but the way that it's brought in the Torah, this is not something that is man-made or man-decided. This is divinely inspired. That's why the parasha starts with, and these are the laws that Hashem has put in front of them. And interestingly, that's why the Supreme Court, the Sanhedrin, the highest court in Eretz Israel, was contiguous, and even some of it went into the Bet HaMikdash. Bet HaMikdash that represented the service between man and Hashem. That's where the Mizbeach, where it was, that was where the service was done daily to serve Hashem, had the Supreme Court that adjudicated cases between people right next to it, and even some of it going into the Bet HaMikdash. So this is the idea why the parasha begins with "and." It's not just the revelation at Har Sinai, where Hashem told us in the 10 Commandments, Anochi Hashem Elokecha asher hotziticha me'eretz Mitzrayim, etc. No, it's not only those. All the laws that we see in the Torah and that are explained in the Gemara, in the Mishnah, in the Gemara, in the Halachot, are all mishamayim from Hashem. Baruch Adonai le'olam, amen ve'amen.